Hi everybody, hope you're all safe and well. And this is class 2 video 2, beginning of reading music period, but also reading music on guitar. So the symbols and things we have to start to get an understanding of in order to read music. So I'm going to ask that you have your Hal Leonard book out for this video, and starting on page 5 there's a list of musical symbols. And again, I'm not really going to edit them in, but I'll show some of the things as I'm going along here. So the musical staff is the 5-line paper, different than tablature for guitar, which uses 6 lines. We have a symbol here called the G clef that I do want you to know. Treble clef is G clef, and it marks the note G on the staff. It actually marks this G on the staff, which is your middle G. Question has come up already. Do the open strings correspond with the musical notes in terms of them being in specific spots or having a repeated kind of pattern? And the answer is really no. The letter names are matched up with pitch. The higher the pitch is on the staff, the higher the sound is. The lower the pitch, the lower the sound is. And we never skip a letter name or a line or a space. So there's a little helpful hint that music teachers use. Every good boy does fine are the notes in the spaces, and F, A, C, E, face are the notes. Oh, I said that wrong. The notes E, every good boy does fine, are on the lines, is what I should have said, on the lines. And in the spaces, we have the notes that spell face, F-A-C-E. But when you put them together, you're going to get successive notes, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Never skipping a line or a space, and never skipping a letter name. And then we need to mention that there are bar lines, which are these vertical lines that show us the groups of beats. So in music, we're always grouping beats together. We call that a time signature, and the time signature is 2 sets of numbers on top of each other. And for now, we're paying close attention to the top number, which tells us how many beats are in a group. Okay, the top number tells us how many beats are in a group. So this one says 4, so I would be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it said 3, I would be counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If the top number was 2, I'd be counting 1, 2, 1, 2. So I always know where I'm at in the measure or in the group, the individual cell or group that I'm playing. And then on the bottom, we have our first rhythms, which would be whole note, that takes up a whole measure, half note, which would take up a half measure, 2 beats. This one's 4 beats, this one's 2 beats, and this quarter note is 1 beat. So when we look at some music, I'm going to go over to page 6. This is the homework I asked you to do in the email, which is to look at these individual string exercises. This says notes on the first string, and then it shows a picture of your guitar neck where each note is, and then there's a picture of the note itself, E, F, and G. E in the space, F-A-C-E, like we said, from face, the E is in the space, F on the line, and G above the line. And then they show you where to play and what finger to play with. You can kind of disregard the technique that they're using here because they're moving the other fingers out of the way to show you where to play the notes. So you can hover over the strings and play and just move as little as possible. That also brings me to a little point where it says hold finger down. It's asking you to play open E here, 1st fret F, and 3rd fret G, and it says hold finger down with a dotted line. You do not want to press F, your first finger, while you're playing G. You want to relax that finger and not overwork while you're doing these exercises, okay? There's also a little half square over these notes. That just means to down pick. A half square is down pick, a V is up pick. So if I was to count the exercise here and say the letters, I would have E, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, and E, 2, 3, 4. You do not want to let those notes stop ringing. If you've ever sung or been in a choir or played a wind instrument, or again, some of you played some bowed instruments, you have to continue the energy through the note. With the guitar, we pluck and the note dies. So you have to make sure you don't touch the string to kill the sound, and you keep pressing on that note to let it ring throughout for its full 4 beats. The next exercise is half notes, and you would play E, 2, E, 4, F, 2, F, 4, G, 2, G, 4, G, 2, F, 4, E, 2, 3, 4. Notice they changed the notes on us right there in the middle, making sure you're paying attention. And then the bottom exercise here is quarter notes, where you would play E, 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 F, 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 G, G, F, F, E, E, E. You'll notice in the Distler reading too, she suggests what I'm doing now, saying the letter names out loud. You could say the finger number that's playing out loud. That helps. You can count out loud. All of these things help kind of get the cycle of the music going, the rhythm going, but also continuing to review the letter names as you play, or the fingering. So I'm going to do the page 6 exercises right now one more time, this time on the guitar. So this is exercise number 1, page 6. Again, if you are watching the video, play along if you can. And I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. Here's exercise number 2 with half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, F, and E, 2, 3, 4. Again, notice I'm letting those notes ring for their full value. If they wanted me to stop the sound, there would be a rest written in, and we'll get to the rest down the road a little ways. But in this case, I want them to sustain as if I was singing a long note. This is exercise 3 now, page 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice I'm going a little bit between the letters and the counting. You can write the letters in again, and you can write the fingering in. So I wanted you to jump around in the book a little bit here, and you can certainly practice the exercises for each string, and we'll talk about that again as we build the notes. But this would be the second string notes. Again, we're talking about first position, page 25. We reviewed that in the first video. And this would be now using the notes on the second string. This is page 8, number 9, where I have open B, first fret C, and third fret D. So B, C, and D. This is exercise 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4. This is exercise 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. And B, 2, 3, 4. So those notes getting 2 beats are half notes, empty note with a stem. The first group did not have stems on them, and they were 4 beats per measure, whole notes. Now here's the quarter notes, exercise 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 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 C, 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 D, 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 C, So those quarter notes are right on the beat. There's nothing in the music that tells me what string to play on other than the letter name and how high or low the note is on the staff. So again, this comes with practice and knowing what letter names are on each string and knowing the letter names on the staff. There's a little exercise on page 9 that says moving from string to string, where they show exercise 14, B, C, D, E, F, G, and changing strings to get those notes. And then exercise 15 is a good one to try and practice to test yourself if you recognize those notes, or put the letter names in and practice jumping from the B string to the E string. At this point, it's a good idea to do any of the exercises in between the first and second string and start to put them together. Ode to Joy is listed in the class list on page 10, and that would be a good exercise to think about doing for reading the first and second string. I'm going to keep going though with the notes and their individual exercises. Here's exercise 19 on page 11. This concerns the G string with G and A on the second fret. This is exercise 19, where the rhythms are mixed for the first time. G, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, G, and A, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do that one again. I'll count in, and this time I'll only do the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 19. That was the G string. Here's number 20. This time I'll say letters only. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, G, A, G. G. A, G, A, G, G. Same exercise with counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, there's a little diagram on page 11 that shows how many notes have been introduced so far and shows them on the fretboard diagram. Again, that diagram looking back at you like this. Though the problem being, and that I want to point out to you, is that that chart is never finished in this book. They don't ever show you a chart with all of the notes on all 6 strings. That's where the Dissler book, page 25, comes in. That's where we see all of the notes in first position on the staff, but also all of the notes in a picture of our fretboard. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. I want to get to all the strings in this video. I'm going to have to leap ahead to notes on the 4th string. This is page 15. Page 15 shows us the D string, which is D, middle finger E, 2nd fret, and F, 3rd fret. That's the F from face right there. In other words, the bottom space of the staff. And this is the E, bottom line of the staff. Every good boy does fine. That's the E on the bottom there. So here's exercise 28. 28 on page 15. I'll count in and I'll say the letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. D. Oh, I hit the G string there. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I missed the measure there because I looked away. I'm going to do it again. This is 28. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Here it is with letters. D, D, E, E, F, F, E, let that whole note ring for its full value. Okay, I'm just going to do the 1 for that string. I'll move on to the 5th string. Again, I'm going to have to move up in the book up to page 22. Page 22, where the notes start to use ledger lines. There's lines under the staff now because we've gone so low in pitch that we've dropped below the staff. So you can use this as a little rule. If the note has ledger lines on them, and there's the A pointed out with ledger lines. Any note with ledger lines in this class that we're doing can be played on the 5th or 6th string only. Okay, so if you see notes that are below the staff with extra lines written in, don't look for them on the D string or the G string or the B string or the E. They're only going to be found on the A string, low A string, or low E string. They're too low to be played on any other note, or string, excuse me. So here's page 22, number 47. I'll do it twice, once with letters and once with counting. We've got A, open, B, 2nd fret, and C, 3rd fret. Number 47. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, A, and B, B, C, C, B, B, A, B, C, B, A. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, the E string, I'll play exercise 51. This is page 24. Page 24, exercise 51. And now I have E, which has 3 ledger lines. So another one, start to memorize. If you see 3 lines under the staff, that's really far down there in pitch. 3 lines under the staff, and the note is below the 3rd line. That can only be 1 note. That's as low as we go on guitar. 3 ledger lines below the staff. Under the line, excuse me, is the low E. 3 ledger lines below the 3rd ledger line. The note is below the 3rd ledger line. That is the low E. And I can show that to you too. That is this E right there. Okay, so you can also count up when you're trying to find low notes. You can start on that low E and work your way up. That note is in a space. On the line would be F. 3rd line would be F. In the space would be G. On the 2nd line would be A. In the space would be B. On the 1st line would be C. Again, you can see that on page 25 as it's all laid out for you there. So here's exercise 51. Again, I'll do it twice, once with counting and once with letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, E. F, F, G, G, F, F, E, F, G, F, E. Here it is with counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know I went a little longer than normal on this video, but I wanted to get through all 6 of those string exercises so you can try them and play along with me. Remember to practice page 25 in Distler, up and down, over and over. You'll get used to where these notes are at, and then try the reading. So work a little bit physically for a few days on trying to play up and down the natural scale. Also naming the notes up and down the neck to get more familiar with where every letter is at. And then you'll start to have a little more comfort in the mechanics of how the guitar works. But page 25 is the key to doing these reading exercises and just to being able to read on the guitar at all. Thanks. Stay safe.